Phyne Games was started about a year and a half ago as a university project through an incubator at Instituto Tecnológico y de Estudios Superiores de Monterrey, or ITESM for short. ITESM received recognition as the best university in Latin America for employers and was ranked 7th out of 250 universities in Latin America by the QS Latin American rankings. 2 ITESM students found themselves at a Starbucks in Mexico City and developed the idea for a game that encompassed their favorite aspects about life in Mexico. In spring 2012, their first mobile game, Mictlan, was released to international acclaim, integrating elements from Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. According to Aztec mythology, Mictlan is the underworld consisting of 9 distinct levels, each more treacherous than the next in the passage of the dead from one level to the next. Dia de los Muertos is a celebration, during which the living set up altars or ofrendas full of food for those who have passed on. The Day of the Dead is a time when these souls come to visit from Mictlan. Recently, certain parts of Mexico have incorporated a Halloween-like custom to this sacred day, in which children dress up in costumes, knock on doors, and ask passerbys for calaveritas, candies, or money. Families also visit the graves of loved ones, sometimes leaving small toys and trinkets for the children and alcoholic drinks for the adults, in addition to food, candies, and other drinks. As a company focused specifically on the translation and localization of video games, we at Language Automation Inc. recognized Phyne Games' ingenuity when it comes to incorporating regionally focused material into a mobile game that appeals to international audiences. We were struck by the description that Phyne Games wrote on Gamasutra. The studio was born from the desire we have to incorporate our culture, Mexican, but also be fun. Upon learning more about Phyne Games' first game, Mictlan, we were hooked and wanted to learn more about the game company that deviated from the category of your average shooter or hack-and-slash game. We were moved to develop a video interview to show the world a different side of gaming, games rooted in culture and inspired by regional tradition. The landscape of Mexican video games is one that we at LAI earmark as a critical region to follow. The Mexican video game industry is at the forefront of worldwide emerging markets. Last year, Newzoo published an article titled "Gap Closing Between Emerging and Western Games Markets." And just 1 month earlier, VG Charts provided compelling evidence that Mexico is the market to keep your eye on. In this article, this game sales tracking site reported, with 110 million people, a strong university system, a $1 trillion economy, free trade agreements with countries housing major video game companies, and roughly half of all people under the age of 25, we at VG Charts believe that Mexico is currently the fastest growing retail video game market in the world. Not only that, but Gamers Paradise reported that Mexico doubled the size of its video game market in just 4 years, from $600 million in 2007 to $1.2 billion in 2010, while annual growth rates averaged 30%. In addition, VG Charts says that Mexicans pay roughly 30 to 60% more than Americans for legally purchased software and hardware. In this video interview, we will introduce you to a developer based in Mexico City, whose dream of creating a culturally focused video game recently became a reality.